Right, so for today, something a little bit on the different side. I'm going to show you what I do most weekends for a delicious curry. One that takes bugger all energy to cook and enough there to last me an entire weekend, probably into Monday as well. So the ingredients are, there's my tub of turmeric there. So there's a dessert spoon of that. Same with the garlic granules and the ginger. And these sauces, which I've got from Lidl, are absolutely amazing. I think they were about £1, £1.10, something like that. But I buy them regularly. I should remember the price exactly, but you know how they vary. So 2 of them, a tin of corned beef, tomato puree, and 2 tins of chickpeas, sprinkled with some Himalayan rock salt, that pink one. Absolutely beautiful salt, that is. It ain't cheap, but I like it. So that's all the ingredients that I need. So all I'm going to do now is bring you back when I've thrown it all in the pot that's sitting behind it. Right, so all the powdered ingredients have gone in there, and squeeze the tomato puree as well. So all I do now is I've just boiled up a kettle. Just pour some boiling water in. Not too much, that'd be about right. There we go. Give that a complete stir round. You have to be too thorough, it's just to mix it all together. See that turmeric colour already, can't you? And that's quite thick in itself actually, once the puree dissolves. So it thickens that up nice. Right, so let's put the spoon over here on a bit of cloth I've got ready, so I don't have to keep washing it up. Okay, so the pot's on high, and all I've got to do now is chuck in the rest of the ingredients, and I'd like to film me doing that, but I've got nowhere to mount this camera. I need 2 hands to do it. I can't do all this one-handed, so bring you back when that's in there. Right, so all I've done now is I've thrown the curry sauce in. Beautiful tikka masala. Have a stir. It's just a matter of blending it in, you don't have to go absolutely mad with it. So it's all basically the same colour and consistency. And for dinner later on today, to add to it, is a packet of pillau rice. They're quite cheap actually, about 48 pence compared to Uncle Bensky, which is about £1.15, £1.20 now a packet. There's very little difference. I think Benske's slightly better, but you know, you can get two of these for the price of one of them quite easily. So there we are, that's gone in. So all it leaves now is the chickpeas, which I shall drain, and then the good old corned beef. Okay, so the chickpeas are added. Same story again, another stir. I love chickpeas. Lovely sort of texture to them. I remember when I was 16 years old, and I was old enough to get and ride my first moped back in 1974. And of a weekend, after riding round town and having a few beers, drinking underage as you do, there was a shop on Worthing Seafront, and he used to sell the most delightful tray of peas pudding, obviously made of chickpeas. And that was my treat before I went home and went to bed. It was a tray of those chickpeas and a saveloy on top. So there we are. Well, here's the corned beef, which I've opened. While I hold the camera, will it just shake out and go in, I wonder? No, it's pretty tight in there, I think. A few shakes. Not too hard, because if it suddenly goes, it'll splash all this everywhere. So I'll bring you back when I've dug it out with a spoon. And there it is. Finally got it out. I had to put the spoon in and dig it out and stop it splashing everywhere. That did happen to me once. It came out unexpectedly and all the curry went all up over everything. And some of you might think, well, why don't you shove the corned beef in first before everything else? Well, you can. But then you've got a bloody great lump of beef in there that impedes your stirring of the other ingredients. So I always like to drop that in last. And that is all you do. And all I do now is just push it down so that it's completely covered in the sauce. The spoon can now be washed up. I'm not even going to sample the flavour at this stage because it's not been cooked. And the lid goes on like that. There it is, it's on high. And all I do now is leave that for a couple of hours so that the corned beef gets really soft. And then I just stir it every hour after that and leave it simmering for about 5-6 hours maybe. And then at which time it should be done, ready to eat. What I'll do then is, rather than, I've got no editing gear and the computer's all packed away anyway, so what I'll do is I'll come back with a part 2 when I'm about to sample it and get it ready to eat. So, and if you're wondering why I'm talking not too loudly, it's because the time at the moment is 8:30 and there's a lot of people still in bed around me, and I've got the windows open, so I don't want them being woken up or getting annoyed. So there we are, and I'll bring you back in part 2 when it's ready and all the stirring and waiting is done.